it's gonna be me.
Look at this poor starving pug. He's so upset that his food isn't coming faster. He does this pretty much every day. I swear he just wants me to feel bad. He's like, I'm wasting away. Wasting away. I'm getting it, Roly, I promise. Now he's mad at me because all the food is gone. Because he just wolfed it down in 2 seconds. You're mad at me, aren't you? Oh, he's cross. He's like, where's the rest of my dinner? Shouldn't have eaten it so fast then, should you, Roly? Roly. Love you. Hi, friends. It's Thursday. I've been up and doing stuff. I went to the post office to pick up a parcel, which was really nice. Took Roly on a walk. Goodness, can't speak. Took Roly on a walk first thing this morning. I've also made some banana bread. I made chocolate chip banana bread, which I'm really excited about. I've hopefully managed to get some decent footage of that this morning as well. But I am just about to settle down to a bit of sewing. I need to work out what I'm going to be kind of working on. But once I've decided, I'm going to do a little bit of sewing. I've also been hanging out with Roly, which is really, really nice. But I just wanted to show you Me Made May outfit today is another version of the Robe Bluet dress. You guys are going to be so sick of this. This is my Halloween version of this dress. I bought this fabric at the Knitting and Stitching show last year and ran this dress up before Halloween. As you can see, it's kind of got lots of vampires and creepy guys on it, but I think from a distance you can't really tell that it's Halloween-y. And it's Halloween all year round as far as I'm concerned, as we've said before. So I am going to do a little bit of sewing. I think I've got a lot of projects that I want to sew, but I don't know what to work on. So I'm going to do that for a little bit. And I'll check in with you again in a bit. I've just been sorting through my fabric stash, and I've had these ideas about all these things, all these projects that I wanted to work on for a really, really long time. And I decided to kind of pull the fabric out of the stash that I'm kind of thinking that I would like to work on next. These are all things that I think that I could pretty easily get done. Not all of them probably, but at least some of them during Me Made May. Because obviously I wanted to sew up at least 4 different things. I've just done one, so I did my first version of the Tilly and the Buttons Cleo dress. But this is kind of nice. It's giving me an idea of lots of the things that I have in my stash currently. And as you can see, I got a lot of fabric. So I thought I'd just kind of give you a little walk through some of the things that I'm planning to do. And let's get started. First up is a Tilly and the Buttons pattern. Surprise, surprise. This is the Rosa dress. It is a shirt dress. And I really want to make this version, so the actual dress version. You can do it as a shirt, but I am all over this version. I love that they've done it in kind of a lightweight denim, but the fabric that I bought in January was this beautiful tartan, and I am a tartan obsessive. I love tartan. I think it's amazing, and to have a shirt dress out of tartan would make me incredibly happy. And yeah, I don't feel like I have enough tartan in my wardrobe. The only thing that's putting me off doing this is that if I make a tartan dress, I honestly don't think it's going to get much wear until autumn. So kind of makes me want to put that on the back burner. But then again, it's always a good idea to be prepared for autumn, isn't it? Next is the Carolyn Pajamas, which is closet case patterns. This is one of my most recent acquisitions. I bought this in London at the weekend at Ray Stitch, and I want to go back there again so badly. But this is the fabric that I want to use for these pajamas. It's my little kind of kitschy, vintage, space kids fabric. I've had this in my stash for such a long time, I can't even tell you. It's probably going on about 6 or 7 years. I know, it's crazy, but it's a lovely cotton. It's nice and breathable. And I just think it will make the most gorgeous summer pajamas. This is, I think, at the moment, the main contender in terms of what I want to cut out next, just because I'm so excited about the idea of having this short set of pajamas in this fabric. Next up is some fabric and a pattern that I haven't shared with you guys for a really, really long time. This is a Sew Over It pattern. It's the Pussy Bow blouse. I have worked with Sew Over It patterns before, and I was pretty happy with the results that I got from that. And so I wanted to make this version of the Pussy Bow blouse out of this fabric. Now this is kind of a silk crepe blend fabric. I picked this up again at John Lewis in the sale. I tell you guys, if you're based in the UK and you can get to a John Lewis when the sale is on, it's a magical place to be. This is quite sheer, but it's got a lovely drape, as you can probably see. It's very, very light and airy, and I think it would make a really, really beautiful Pussy Bow blouse. And I've wanted one of these in my wardrobe for ages. I just haven't really had the inclination to make one, but now I just think with some of the other kind of me-made things that I've made recently, and particularly my burgundy wool skirt that I made, I think this would look beautiful with it. And I just think it's lovely fabric, it's a beautiful pattern, and I don't think it would be too complicated to make either. So that's the next one. Surprise, surprise. This pattern had to come out at some point. It genuinely is my go-to pattern at the moment, and I am very tempted to make another blouse version of this pattern, as I did with my cotton and steel fabric. The fabric that I want to use is this Red Riding Hood print. I have shown this on the podcast before. It's really getting on a bit now. I think I bought it from fabric.com originally, and I'm not sure whether it's still available, but I have been kind of hoarding it. And as you can see, I've got quite a bit of yardage here. I've been hoarding it for a while because I wanted to find the perfect project for it. And I've been so happy with my blouse that I made out of this pattern that having another one I think would be perfect. So yeah, another blouse version of this. The rest of my patterns, guys, they're all Tilly and the Buttons, just so you're aware. But I really want to make another Coco dress. This is the other striped Ponte de Roma jersey that I picked up at Mood Fabric in New York, and it was always supposed to be a Coco dress. This is probably by far the easiest pattern to sew up out of all of the ones that I want to do, so I'm pretty sure that this is definitely going to get made this month. And I just really, really want a whole load of Coco dresses because they are so comfortable and easy to wear, and I love this fabric as well. Talking about more jersey knit fabrics, I also want to make another Agnes top. I have this kind of taupe and white striped fabric. It is exactly the same as my black and white striped fabric, obviously just a different colour. And I think I would just make a classic Agnes top again, so no ruffles and ruches, just simple as can be, because again, the Agnes top that I currently have is great. I love wearing it, and I'm nothing if not a creature of habit. The last pattern that I'd really like to use is the Cleo dress. As you know, I've just finished one of these, so I know how quick and easy it is to sew up. and I have this lovely needle cord fabric, very, very fine cord fabric with stars all over it, and I'm dying to sew up this dress in this fabric. If I'm very honest with you, I sewed up the original Cleo dress in the navy blue kind of twill fabric because I didn't want to cut into this yet, because this is quite precious and I didn't want to make any mistakes with it. So that was kind of like my my working muslin, and now I'm ready to cut into my good fabric. But the thing I have noticed is that I really like how these fabrics look together. That might be a bit busy for some people, but I think that this fabric, because it has the greys in it, actually goes really, really nicely with this. So this might be a cute pairing, you know, a blouse and a skirt. So this is a definite contender as well. So yeah, those are all of my possible projects. I just need to decide which one to do. It's a close call. So I decided to get started on the Carolyn pajamas. I'm starting off with the shorts to kind of ease myself in, because the shirt is a lot more kind of intricate in the little design elements and stuff than the shorts. Plus they're only little. So I thought I'll start with the shorts, but I want piping and I don't have any piping. So I've just been making bias tape. Basically, bias tape is just a fancy way of saying cutting fabric on the bias. So if you can see this fabric, I don't know if this will focus. Yes, you can see the grain of the fabric is running this way, and I've cut it on an angle, 45-degree angle to the grain. So I've done that. But in order to make piping, you have to kind of sew your bias tape around piping, and I don't have any piping in my stash, like cording rather, not piping. You sew it over cord, but what I do have is this Aran weight yarn. This is the Blacker Yarns yarn that I used for my Wainthrop cardigan, and I have used yarn really successfally as kind of piping in the past. So I'm going to give this a try. I'm going to sew some of it into some of this and see how it looks. And because it's Aran weight, it's nice and chunky, so I think that that's going to make some really nice piping. So we're going to head to the sewing machine and then sew some of this up, see how it looks. Behold my piping. Okay, it's difficult to show this on the camera. It really doesn't look like anything special, but I'm really happy with the definition that's come out. It's definitely not as kind of pronounced as it would have been if there was some thick cording inside it, but at a pinch, I think that worked really, really well, and it meant that I didn't have to go and buy additional supplies for my sewing, which I always think of as a big plus. And yeah, I'm really happy. I'm gonna have red piping in my space pajamas. I did want to quickly show you that I'm wearing my ridiculous neon hat whilst sewing, because my hair was getting on my last nerve. I am going to wash my hair later, because it just gets to that point with curly haired girls, you feel me. Sometimes you just have to wash it and start again, because it's just got really unruly. But I've stuck it all up in the neon hat and I look ridiculous, but I love this hat. And there's my pom-pom. So this is my look for sewing. Isn't it hilarious?
My friend wanted to learn to knit socks, so but I didn't do the stitch texture because that pattern has a lovely dot texture.
So I've done a little bit of construction on the shorts. This is the front piece, which actually is a lot more involved than it looks, because you can't really see here, but there's a faux fly detail in the front, so that's all top stitched. But also there are pockets, so if I flip it over you can see the detail a little better. So there are pockets sewn in. That's the fly detail again, the crotch that's been sewn up, and the pocket on the other side as well. Oops, I'm just folding it all out the wrong way. So yeah, so that's that done. It's getting a bit later, so I'm going to get Roly his dinner. I'm going to eat my dinner. Maybe do a little bit more of this, or I might call it a day for sewing and just maybe get some knitting done this evening. But yeah, I'm really happy, and this fabric is just the cutest thing ever. It's going to make the cutest pair of shorts.
Is it bedtime, Roly? Got anything you want to say to the viewers of Inside number 23? That's very profound. Say night night, Roly. Bye.
It's gonna be May.